So we've just left Nepal, which was the anchorage for the festival we just done. So that was pretty cool. Very moving 2 days. And we're heading for a place called Maltol. Whether or not we're going to stay there, it looks like it might be too deep to anchor. So anyway, we'll go and check it out. It's just up the coast a bit. It's just over here. So just having a look. Anyway, glassy day. The only wind is what we're generating, which is a shame because it's bloody hot. Water temperature is still 29 degrees. Air temperature's got to be a good, I don't know, early to mid 30s. Reasonably high humidity. Winds in, well, not that there's any wind, but the wind that's around is coming from the north, so it's particularly warm. Anyway, this place looks pretty cool on the map, so hopefully we can anchor there and check it out. So we've just pulled up on the chain, and this is how far off the beach we are. There to there. It's only got to be 15, 14 metres. So anyway, but we're set. We're not going to get any closer than that. We've got to be that close, otherwise we're anchoring in about 30 metres of water. So the anchor's in 15 as it is. And when we pull back on that, that's where we end up. So all good. Beautiful spot though. Gorgeous. Where are the rocks? This is where a lava flows. The lava flow. Look, this is the end of the lava flow right there. So it'll be interesting. Around here, it's all lava. So we're quite lucky to be able to visit this part of Ambrym. The trade winds would normally be offshore, which is a good thing, but when that happens, it also means the ash and smoke from the active volcano up above us would be surrounding this area. So at this point in time there's no wind, so that ash and smoke is just going straight up. So we tin-assed the timing really to explore the northern coast of it. You can see the lava flow coming down that hill there and onto the beach. So Ambrym has two craters at the summit. Both craters have lava lakes. Ambrym was named by Captain Cook, who is said to have anchored here in 1774. Ambrym's one of the most active volcanoes in Vanuatu. There was an enormous eruption in 50 AD, which is by far the biggest one. It was rated as the 6th largest in the world. Check out this coastline and its multitude of caves. Imagine that as the lava flows down, it gets air pockets and they explode when they hit the water, creating the caves. I'm only assuming that's what happens. Yeah, pretty cool. So it's pretty deep as well. These cliffs, as they hit the water, they actually go right down to 30 to 60 metres in places. So we're just going to jump in the dinghy now and shoot around to that spot that we couldn't anchor in and check it out, do a bit of exploration. Several times a century the volcano has destructive eruptions. The last time it erupted explosively was in 1913 and destroyed a mission hospital at that point. The last time it actually erupted though, which was a fissure eruption, was on the 16th of December 2018. So what's that, 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Welcome to my world of mystery. I'm gonna take you back in times of history now. Welcome to my world of mystery. I'm gonna take you back in time.
So as you might be able to tell, this is a lava flow. It comes all the way from the crater at the top. You can see it on satellite images. But yeah, this is where it meets the water. And there's obviously, in the wet season, rivers that come down here. So it'd be pretty cool seeing a waterfall fall off the end of here when there's a lot of water running down here. It's a dry season at the moment, so obviously no water flow. So this whole island of Ambrym is a volcano, and it's been active reasonably recently. Anyway, this area here, this bay, is where this the lava's been flowing from the crater all the way down here, and this is obviously the end of it where it meets the water. You've got all these caves down here, another one over there. So anyway, this is, I think we're in about 80 metres of water here. As you can see, it just drops straight off. So I'm just going to jump in there and have a look, see what it's like. Have a look inside this cave, have a look at the drop off. There's probably no coral there, I'd imagine, but probably no fish life either, but it'll be pretty interesting to see the drop off. Right, jump on in.
The life, my tradition, way back in history.
Lots of crabs.
The life, my tradition, way back in history. Inspirations of my people in history keeps me moving. Eat my culture. Inspirations of my people in history keeps me moving in my society.
So I didn't find the bottom, but I did find this cool fish I've never seen before.
Way back in history. The life, my tradition, way back in history. Yaroba, Namonana, Ekasup, bring you back to my roots. FF, Nakarwai, Fatumanu, bring you back to my roots. Yaroba, Namonana, Ekasup, hear the voice of the spirit. I hear them sing, Namurere Yahigo, Namurere Yahigo, Haru Haru Seginya, Haru Haru Seginya, Tulimonga, 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 Yangae. Yo man, check this out.
So there was a really deep spot here that went from half a metre down to about 80 metres deep with a lot of current flowing over it. So I thought I'd jump in and check it out and see what critters I can find.
Yeah, the Kacha village, the echoes of Kacha village, and I'm on and Yarra to bring it back to the native way of living. Yeah, the technology, theology, ecology, psychology, climatology, and philosophy. Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on. The ever my sent to the apex cold, the hood is in a bone lowland and pebble and all cold like the white, they taking time to leave the sea. But the man who flows with the wave from to the island, yeah, come on, yeah. Come on, yeah. Yeah.
So heading back to the boat, we just followed the coastline around and explored the caves basically. The whole thing was full of caves, like this one. And it was so pretty. Just the colours, the formations. Yeah, you never get sick of putting around here. And obviously it was ridiculously deep as well. The crazy beach. Lava flow beach, this one. There's water coming out of the ground. And it's warm. I don't know if it's just because of the black sand heating it up underneath, or whether it's that water's coming from deep in the ocean, deep in the land rather. Yeah. Weird. Anyway, we're just going to go exploring up here and see what we can find. You see, this has obviously been some water at some stage. I'd say perhaps the water's come down there. That's the lava flow, but the lava flow kind of has created rivers, and I think now water comes down there in the wet season. This island seems to be pretty dry. So I think in the wet season there'll be a lot of water coming down there. This bit here. So it was really weird being up here. It was like being on the moon, I suppose, except got some greenery. The sand wasn't really sand, it was super coarse, granular sort of substance.
Going where no man's been before.
Alright, let's see what's up here. Crazy landscape. Yin Yang's down there. It's obviously been another river down here. Goes off down that way. In the wet season, a bit of float. And you can kind of make out another waterfall that's up past there. Up in there. Looks like there's a waterfall. Well, when there's water, it's going to fall off there, but be quite pretty when it's flowing. Going on a bit of a trek. Friends down there somewhere. Getting up on top of a cliff here. Gotta go up there. But there's a bit of a worn track, so locals must come here occasionally. So I'm up the top of that waterfall I said, if there was water flowing in the wet season. That track led me up here, and I'm pretty sure it carries on. But that's where I was, is way down there. Bit of a climb to get up here, but pretty cool. Almost up the top. Well, this is the top, I suppose. Looking upstream. Let's go for a quick walk up here. Better not be too long, friends down there waiting. Oh dear. There's another river obviously flows down there. They'll be to the top of that other one, the first one we saw. Wow. Man, that's insane. Lava, check it out, this is all lava. Crazy. That's a long way down there. There's no way you're surviving that fall. So this lava flow goes all the way up and then all the way up to the actual volcano, which is way up here. On Google Maps you can see the river of lava coming all the way down here. So this is the bottom of the lava flow. But man, it's crazy. I mean, look at this. It's like something's been dragged on it. It's so smooth. And there's a pattern going that way on the rocks. It's almost like a what do you call it? The ice. How the ice all moves, and the rocks underneath it get all worn away because of the ice moving. Yeah, Jesus. Man. It's freaking tall, huh? Alright, this better be as far as I go. I better go back now. But I would imagine you could walk up this lava flow all the way to the volcano. But it certainly looks like it goes that far. I'll put up a satellite image here somewhere if I can find one. So as I've said, I think you should be able to walk all the way up this lava flow, all the way to the crater. I'd love to do it one day if I ever get a chance. It'll be a day each way, so you have to stay overnight somewhere. But this is where I was. Crazy, eh? See how far down it is down there. And down there. Oh, man, I'd love to walk right to the top. But alas, certainly don't have the water or the time for that. It's going to be enough of a problem finding my way down, actually. Climbing down those rocks, easy coming up, but going down gravelly rocks is not so easy. Anyway, let's get back. See how these rocks have all got sliding marks, like something slid down there. You know, this is obviously lava. You got all the little pit holes of all the air bubbles that were inside the lava as it cooled down, and yeah, it's crazy. Okay, we're starting to get a bit closer. Still very high though. All those rocks were dinghying around us before. Anyway, pretty little bush. So, on our remote spot, we've found signs of civilization. Someone must have built a hut here. They must put some flax or something, or some sort of roof on there and get out of the sun. Maybe they stay the night after they've walked all this way. Wouldn't surprise me. There's a fire there, cooked their dinner, bit of a table here. Another waterfall in the wet season. Obviously the lava stops there and water comes down the lava and flows off there. There's a bit of what would be a pool here. You can see the debris here at the bottom of the pool. It's been washed off. Very pretty. Oh, there's actually a bit of water in it. It's a tiny flow there actually. Must be a lot of iron in the lava. We see it in the rocks too, like over there. You see the iron layers in the rocks. Anyway, there's another path over here. You walk to the end of the beach here, walk along that flat, and then you can see it from over here. There's another path that goes up there, up that hill. Just be able to carry her on round the rocks. Man, you can spend days walking around. That's probably what these things over here are actually, those little tenty things. So people can stop when they're on the mission, because there's no villages. Like the closest village would be a day's walk away. Be a day up to the top as well, up that lava flow. Anyway, we're back to the boat. We've got to move on. So this place was quite different and a real beauty in its own right. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. A little bit more black sand beach in the next one, and we end up in Luganville. See you then.